Because I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this, I'm that.
I believe he sold his contract to a professional gambler in Las Vegas.
Boxing's pretty rigged overall.
It's rigged, dude. I mean, so many politics, even with, MMA, man, there's so many politics. There's no more art anymore. It's just, let's get it.
Tank Davis has responded to Floyd Mayweather's claims about him allegedly rigging fights while he didn't directly insult Floyd. He made it clear how he feels by saying, "I don't want to say he's a scumbag."
Be there. That don't make no sense. He don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you.
Who's next in line? Just where you're next in line.
Is there like
The last question, guys. Is
there like a love-hate for like
yeah.
the fighter?
Yeah, I love the fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest. But he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad.
Oh, you're good, man.
And he because I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this, I'm that.
Their relationship seems to be getting worse, and the tension between them keeps growing. Many boxing professionals believe the sport is heavily rigged today, with politics influencing decisions more than skill. Fighters and fans have raised concerns about unfair judging, biased promotions, and predetermined outcomes. The integrity of boxing is questioned more than ever, making it harder for true talent to shine.
You felt like boxing's pretty rigged overall.
It's rigged, dude. I mean, so many politics, even with, MMA, man, there's so many politics. There's no more art anymore. It's just, let's get an influencer in there. I get it. It's like generating money because our attention span is so short. You look at clips now, it's like 7 seconds. I saw a dude slamming a lady the other day, and they were like, oh my God, that dude is, I'm like, well, dude, I'm just gonna pick somebody and slam them. Where's the whole video? And our attention span is just so small. So money talks, of course. Yeah, let's get an influencer in there who has no style, but it draws attention. It's just...
Tank Davis has recently opened up about his past experiences with former mentor Floyd Mayweather, shedding light on the complexities of their relationship. According to Davis, Mayweather employed specific strategies when managing fighters, often orchestrating situations to his advantage. Davis remarked, "He did what he did. I am just focused. He always been like that, and I am going to do what I am going to do." The world of boxing. The term prize fighter refers to athletes who prioritize monetary rewards over legacy or the quality of their fight records. Davis has been perceived by some as embodying this mentality, focusing on lucrative paydays rather than building a robust resume through challenging opponents. Critics argue that this approach leads to cherry-picking fighters to ensure victories and substantial earnings, potentially compromising the sport's competitive integrity.
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focused on. He already did what he had to do, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I don't follow him for stand to himself and things like that. You know what I mean? But it's also a part of me type thing, like come back and help too. You know what I mean? So it's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion. You know what I mean? Ain't no bad blood type shit. And a lot of people think when I be tweeting on Instagram, I be mad. I just be talking.
Sports analysts Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp analyzed the recent bout between Davis and Lamont Roach, expressing strong beliefs that Roach had done enough to secure a victory. They acknowledged Davis's ability to land powerful and clean shots, but noted that Roach responded with equally, if not more forceful punches.
told y'all, Gervonta Tank Davis isn't a prize fighter. I know a lot of you guys say, well, he doesn't fight for belts, he doesn't fight for legacy, he fights for money. He's a prize fighter, Jerry. And I'm gonna assume a prize fighter is a guy who is solely making fights based off of cash reward. He'd rather fight a bum for 50 million than fight a guy who's experienced for 10 million. That is what a prize fighter would be. Actual definition, a professional boxer who competes in matches for money prizes. So let's take a look at it. Turki Al-Sheikh has declared he wants to make Tank versus Shakur. He says, my plan for Shakur is this fight. He's referring to Floyd Schofield, then William Zepeda, and then let's see if Tank wants to be in our show. Tank's not going to fight Shakur. He's not going to fight him in Saudi Arabia. So now that we've established Tank isn't a prize fighter, because if he was, his career resume would look a whole lot different, then we must ask, what is Tank's goal in boxing? I'll tell you right now, it's easy money. Tank is the type of guy, he'd rather fight, let's say, 4 Lamont Roaches for 20 million than fight 1 Shakur Stevenson for 80 million, which is fine. But I'm tired of people saying, oh, he's a prize fighter, that's why he's not taking these fights. He's not a prize fighter. The biggest money fights is Haney, Ryan, Teo, Shakur, and Loma. He's not even going to take half of those fights. So please, guys, all my Tank fans, all my guys who claim Tank is a prize fighter, that's why he's not fighting for the belts, please stop it. This guy's not a legacy fighter. He's not a prize fighter. He's just a guy who enjoys easy paydays. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. Just stop misleading people with your comment.
This assessment highlights the competitive nature of the fight and raises questions about the judges' scoring and the criteria used to determine the outcome. The analysts' perspectives contribute to the ongoing debate regarding the fairness and transparency of boxing decisions. Renowned trainer Robert Garcia weighed in on the controversial 9th round of the Davis versus Roach fight, asserting that referees should intervene if a fighter takes a knee without a legitimate reason, such as a low blow.
Played center on Saturday night with a majority draw against Lamont Roach.
Watching the fight, watching the punch, I think he's surprising. I think he's surprising with the punch. And he hit him in the wrong spot, the wrong place, and they caught him by surprise, and they called him to go down.
Regardless, when you take a knee, if you go back and look at when Floyd Mayweather fought Cruz, I think, what was it, 2001? And he hit him on the button, and hurt his hand, and he took a knee, and they started the 10 count. Yeah, you can't take a knee.
You know, boxing is about, moving around, and there was a point where Tank and Roach decided, you know what, we tied right now. We finna sit here in the pocket, and we finna bang. Boy, them boy was throwing, boy.
Roach came up. Roach normally fights at 130. He came up to 135.
Hey, listen, they got a rematch. They got a rematch. That fight was good. And obviously, I've seen a lot of boxers come out and say, Tank lost. When I looked at the scorecard, I think maybe going into round 7, maybe 7 or 8, maybe 7, I think Tank was up on the scorecard. The styles make fights, and Lamont Roach's style made that fight what it is. And he made no mistakes, too, all night.
Tank hit him with a couple of good shots, but Roach didn't move. Tank would catch him, he would counter him right back. Hey, that jab, he kept him up off him. He didn't back down. And normally Tank starts slow, comes on. Roach said, I'm here to stay.
I'm not sure what kind of conditioning Lamont Roach did, but whatever it is, I salute him. Everybody gets tired after round 7 and on, but his condition was up to par. They went to war all 12 rounds.
I thought Roach won the fight. I thought even without the knockdown, I thought he won it. Roach was the more aggressive fighter.
I would like to see them rematch at some point.
What do the numbers say? The pay-per-view numbers are going to tell you if people want to see a rematch. Because if they came out and bought the fight, yeah, they'll get a rematch.
Garcia emphasized that boxing rules do not permit fighters to call for touts during a round. He expressed surprise over referee Steve Willis's decision not to rule Davis's knee as a knockdown, noting that Willis is generally regarded as a competent official and should not have made this oversight. Garcia's insights bring attention to the importance of adhering to established rules to maintain the sport's integrity. Boxing coach Bernie offered his perspective on the fight, stating that Gervonta Davis did not defend his title in a manner expected of a champion. He observed that Lamont Roach fought with greater urgency and heart, while Davis appeared content with merely completing.
And should it have been a disqualification?
Look, it could have easily been a disqualification too, or a referee stops contest. Because look, there's no way a fighter could take a timeout and go get his, during the round. There's no way a fighter could say, okay, timeout, because he took a knee like a timeout kind of thing, and walk to his corner to wipe his face. That's fucking unheard of and never seen before. There's no way that's legal in boxing. It shouldn't have. When a fighter, we just seen it recently with Espinosa and Rubesis. Rubesis got hit with the right hand, and then he walks back and walks away, and the ref right away wiped it up.
That happened with Lara versus Angulo.
Exactly. It's over. It's over. So Tank doing that, took a knee. It should have right away. The ref should have started, counting as a knockdown. But he still walks away to his corner. I'm actually, surprised that the ref didn't call it a knockdown, because he's a really good ref.
Willis is a really good ref.
Willis is a great ref, one of the best in boxing right now, and that was a big mistake. He should have counted as a knockdown. Like I told you, I wouldn't have been surprised if when he walked away, if he would have just waved it up, because that's walking away from the fight. Because of the odds, during the break, tell the corners to wipe it out. And you can't do that when the fight's going on. There's no way, nothing. You can't do that when the fight's going on. You can't time out, take a knee, and walk away. There's just no way. But it is boxing, and a lot of things happen in boxing.
The rounds this critique suggests that Davis may not have exhibited the dominance typically associated with title holders, potentially affecting his reputation and standing within the boxing community. The conclusion of the Davis versus Roach fight elicited shock and disappointment among many professional boxers and analysts. Some labeled it one of the most controversial decisions in recent boxing history, arguing that the referees and judges failed to apply the rules correctly. This sentiment reflects concerns about the consistency and fairness of officiating in the sport, with critics asserting that such decisions tarnish boxing's credibility. The widespread reactions underscore the need for reforms to ensure transparency and uphold the integrity of boxing matches' former unified lightweight champion.